This video I'll be talking about how to use TradingView, how to customize it to the way that I have it, any tips or tricks that I know. So without further ado, let's start. This is the TradingView homepage. Here you go to products, you go to super charts, all the charts are gonna come up. The way I have it is I have two screens or two charts. You can control the charts right here on this box. So you can select your layout. In this case, if you have the free plan, you can only have one chart. And if you have the premium plan or the pro plan, you can select more. Now in here, it really depends on how you want to customize it. But the way I have it is I have two. And I have the left one bigger than the right one. This is how it works. So if you want to go to the right, you just click it. You see the blue rectangle, the blue frame, that means it's here. So if I want this on the 15-minute, then this is on the 15-minute. If I want to change this one, and I just click here and I change this to whichever time frame I want, right? So it's very straightforward. Now, the next thing, it will be the drawing tools, okay? The drawing tools is this right here, but this is my favorites bar, okay? These are all the tools that I put as favorite. The actual drawing tools are gonna be on the left-hand side right here. So you literally just click this arrow and then you select the star, okay? You select the star for all the ones that you want. Now, I'm gonna just go through it so you can see which ones I have selected and which ones I use the most. Now this is the trend line, this is the horizontal line, and the horizontal ray. This is the one I use for key level. So this one right here, it's this one. So if I want to make a key level, let's say I want to make a resistance right here, this is how I select them quicker. Now there's another way that you can just go here, and this is like the old school way, the slower way, and then you make your line like that. Now this is for the fib retracements. I also use that, and I don't use this one actually. So then let's see what else. I don't use anything here. And this is very useful for the long position and the short position. All that means is, let's say I want to take a short position here, I place this like this, stop loss, and then my take profit somewhere over here. So then I can see the amount of points that I'm getting and the amount of risk that I'm putting on this trade. Now, in here I have brushes, but these are all the favorites that I have. So you can take a look and then you can use them accordingly. If you go down here, you're gonna see more settings. This magnet, all that means is if you want to have the key level glued to the wick or the body. So let me press it. If I press it, you see how now the chart, it's like being a magnet basically to the key level, right? Another way of doing this is by pressing the control button on your keyboard. So if I press it right now, it's like temporarily being a magnet. As you can see, I'm currently pressing control, and then once I take it off, it's back to normal. So I'm gonna do it one more again. If I press control right now, it's going to try to find peaks or the bodies and stuff like that. And then you can also see that over on the left hand side is press, despite me not actually using it. Again, it's the control key. Now if I let it go, it's done. And then it's like freestyle or free fall. Okay, this one is if you want to stay in draw mode. So that means that if you want to chart a bunch of lines, so it doesn't reset, right? I don't use this, but I guess some people could. That's basically it for the staying in drawing mode. This is I use this sometimes when I want to see naked charts. So this eye, what it does is you can hide drawing indicators, positions, and everything. So let's say I were to have like a rectangle here. Let's put this red, and then I have some lines right here or here. So if I want to see just the naked chart, all I have to do is press this eye right here, and then it will hide it. Now this is just temporarily because the drawings are there. It just helps you see a better look on the market or the charts and stuff like that. Ultimately, the trash right here is to remove all the objects. So then that's basically it, very straightforward. Now that we moved through all the drawings, now the last thing I want to touch on this case is this. It's literally to link the drawings. So I have both charts because you can have two different charts, right? You can have, I don't know, let's say Apple on this side. You can have Apple here, you can have the Dow Jones here, or you can have the same one. It's up to you. I like having the same one because it's just how I trade. I only trade the one thing. But if you don't have this linked, the drawings from this side will not translate to this side. I'm gonna do an example. So let's say it's off. So let's say I put a line here, you see how the line is here, but it didn't show here. Now, if I click here and then I start drawing again, you can see that the line started to be in sync, or synchronized between both charts. This is very useful because if you don't have this, then you have to chart twice, and that's a waste of time. So I have this on at all times. And yeah, that's basically it for the left hand side. Now I want to touch base into like movement, right? In order to move the screen, you just press the left click and then you just drag, right? That's how you do that. Now, if you want to zoom in, like let's say I want to zoom in, you have two options. You can either use the mouse scroll wheel up and down to zoom in, or you can drag this bottom thingy right here. Okay. So again, if you want to zoom in, you can use your mouse scroll, or you can use this on the bottom right here. Like you literally have to hold the mouse here and like press it and then move it left to right. Same thing if you want to zoom in on the vertical aspect, you come here, you left click it, and then you go up and down, and this is what you do, okay? And then let's say I leave it like this, and then I want to reset it back to normal. It's very simple. You have two options, but the one that I use the most is I right click, and then it says reset chart view. The second option is, you see how it says Alt R? You can also do that hotkey. So in this case, I'm gonna just reset it and it goes back. This is the one I use. I just right click it and this is way easier. So now another thing that you want to see is if you want to remove indicators for the whole chart, or if you want to remove drawings. So previously I showed you the little trash here, how you can change and remove all the objects. Now you can also do that from the menu. Let's say I'm just making random lines, okay? You can also do right click and remove drawings. Let's go over the colors and stuff. So you can press here, and then if you want to customize this line, you can, in here you decide how wide you want the line. If you want it 4 pixels, I usually have it on 2 pixels, and I have my colors. Then the next thing is the style. If you want to have a dashed line or a dotted line, that's how you do this. And then if you want more settings, you can hit the settings and you can start naming stuff. So if you want a line, and then here you can show the text. You can see the right hand side right here. And then if you want it in the middle, in the right, on the center, at the top, or at the bottom. It's a lot of, you can customize it a lot. So if you want it like any other color, and then test. So it's very useful. And then you can customize it to your own liking. And then in here you can press the style. It's basically the same as the colors. And if you wanna, the price label is if you want this right here. If you want the price to show. It doesn't, it will show like that, right? Now the coordinates, this is if you wanna like have a specific price. I don't really use this at all actually. Like if you wanna have a specific number. And then visibility, this is if depending on which time frame you want to see the drawing, okay? So if you want to see the drawing on only on the 1 minute and the 15 minute, right? Then the 30-minute time frame will not show it, okay? So in here, I'm gonna just leave it like this. And this is useful if you wanna, do like a multi-time frame analysis, stuff like that. So it's very useful, but how I actually use it, I don't really touch this too much at all. I usually just have levels and I just change the colors. That's as simple as I do it. Now the other thing that I do with the drawings is I do rectangles for the wicks, and I have them either red or green or blue. And the way that the settings for the rectangle works is very simple. You can either have a background, such as like if you want it to be filled, right? And if you want to have it extend to the right or to the left. I have it extend to the right majority of the time, and then the borders and stuff like that. And if you want to have like a middle line and it's stupid stuff like that, like it's very customizable. But the point is, this is how I use my rectangles. I don't do anything above or beyond this. I don't really have text here. The coordinates, I don't touch it, and the visibility, I leave it as is. I do not touch none of that, but I'm just showing you so you understand it. Now the next thing is about templates. Templates is very important because you can, for example, for this red rectangle with these settings, with these colors, and with this opacity, I have a template for it. So what I do is you save as, and then you put the name And in this case, this will be sell. Okay. Now, if I want to change this to buy, it will turn the same way, just green. Okay. So I don't have to go through the hassle of creating it from scratch. That's templates are really, really important for TradingView. Not every charting platform, if you ever use other charting platforms, have this. So this is massive. This helps you chart significantly faster, and I love it. So the ones that I use the most are the first, all these all the way to here, liquidity. Sometimes I use these, but you can have as many templates as you want. But personally, this is what I use. Now, I might just do a charting from scratch, right? My charting from scratch will be, let's say I want to get the trend on the 1 hour. Okay, so what I do is I grab the rectangle from here and I see this downtrend. You see how it's like all the way through the right? I don't want that. I want my specific downtrend template. So I come here, I press this button right here, and then I put downtrend. Another way that you can do this is if you press the settings button and then you go to template and then you select it like this and then you press OK. And another way that you can do this is if you double click and then you're also going to get the settings. Okay. If you want to do an uptrend, for example, right here, or another template that you have, come here, same thing. You press this button right here, and then I'm gonna put uptrend. And that's how I use the templates in TradingView. It's very useful. I love it. And that's quite frankly it when it comes down to all the drawings, the settings, and like the first step towards TradingView.